break into the market. And I think unless you get those four components sort of fully aligned, you've got some issues within the business plan and the strategy. So I think these items on investment, on the business plan, are probably fairly straightforward. I'll just put it here as a reminder. Access to finance is one of the 5 enablers identified in the Government's Enterprise Strategy 2008. So again, let's just sort of rehearse what we probably know already. Family and friends certainly are one of the first sources. High net worth angels, the British Business Angels Association's key resource there in terms of who they are and the type of investors you might find, both with money and with management skills. I think one aspect that's sometimes forgotten is the supply chain. We have examples in our portfolio where we're doing deals with suppliers who are actually being paid on a royalty basis. So they believe in the product and the opportunity, and they're prepared to commit time and resource to the product development and enter into a royalty agreement. So their success is very clearly tied in with the client's success. There's a number of new regional funds developing. Some of them backed by European funding, some are not. But again, they are sort of showing their faces again. There's one that's just started up in Yorkshire as an example. Venture capital, including enterprise capital funds. Again, we've got a good source there, British Venture Capital Association. Charities is also another source of finance that may be overlooked, particularly in the medical space. In terms of our incentives, I think we're probably familiar with most of these, certainly around the grants, and TSB is obviously one sort of major source, primarily through competition, but we've seen recently, I think the sort of feasibility study awards that are, well, they're still competitive, but probably easier to win. We mustn't forget, though, that a lot of grants require matched funding, which brings us back to the investment agenda again. And the tax reliefs are helpful, but they shouldn't necessarily be the driver for an investment to be made. It does help, though, soften the pain if there is a failure. We have one final project, which is looking at the removal of proteins on surgical instruments using inductively coupled plasma discharge, which has been invented or developed in the European community through one of their programs. Looking at how we can apply this in a sort of synergistic way within the current infection control systems within the NHS, which is potentially disruptive, but it's a long, long way to go there. So in conclusion, I think innovation is alive and well. We do have to listen to the market. As we said earlier, people buy what the technology does for them. And of course, the market sets the price. Tenacity is essential. Hang on in there. It will happen if, bit of luck, bit of common sense, good friends, and the money, of course. We need to bring the innovation markets and the financial markets closer together. There isn't a lot of conversation going on, or enough conversation going on. How can you guys help investors reduce their risks? You've really got to take good projects to them. Okay? The lower their risks, the lower their expected returns. I think government intervention is important, but it shouldn't be relied on. So in terms of some of the funding and grant scenarios, great, but it's not the panacea for all the problems that we have in raising finance. So that's it. And maybe this is one of the journeys that one of our clients could make, which is from concept through to actually delivering some product on site. Difficult journey, but it can be done.